Hi guys, this is Pallabi from the studio today. You are watching Personalities with Pallabi only on Kumari Pallabi 19. Guest for today's evening is an amazing personality who is a PhD research scholar at Pondicherry University. So without any further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome Mr. Sankar to this session of interview. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm so happy and glad to be here with you.
My pleasure. So first of all, we would like to know about yourself a little bit.
So I'm Sankar. So I was born and brought up in Kollam district of Kerala, and
Which part of your study attracts you the most?
okay, my PhD would be. I'm just starting my work, and my PhD would be focused on understanding how vegetation patterns are changing when you move from a lower altitude to a higher altitude, and I'm also trying to understand the effect of the animals or the birds which are spreading the seeds. I mean, the seeds disperse the mechanism, the pattern of species distributed in the forest, and maybe person at a look at the effect of in the vegetation. So, of a plant person, and
You think that the main problem in wildlife conservation as of now in India?
as of now in India, people are not scientifically aware. Science, science awareness is one thing, and scientific awareness is one thing. So I think people need to be educated about the scientific aspects more. I mean, people should understand what are the actual problems faced by wildlife rather than simply conducting programs in the name of wildlife conservation. I think that's the main problem that wildlife conservation faces today.
Okay. So I have seen that you click the pictures of plants and you post that on Instagram. So how did photography start to you during a study?
Photography started to me during a study. I mean, it came. I think like when I was in my bachelor's, whenever we go to forest, whenever I see a new plant, I used to take the photo of the plant so I can remember the scientific name. I'll again go through my gallery, see this plant, and try to remember the name. That's how I started to, learn new plants. Learn the names. Remembering these names are actually pretty difficult for people when you are starting that. Like the tree above me, Peltophorum tirocapum. So such a long name would be difficult to remember for a beginner. So when I started, I used to take the photo, then remember the name by seeing the photo. So that's how taking photos of plants or other things in forest came to me. Thank you.
Yeah. It is seen that you have to spend a long hours in the forest. So how is it?
It's actually depends on how you are. Like it's actually very nice to be in forest. Uh, every inch of forest is different. So you will see a lot of new things around every step that you take in a forest. So if you are having a good observation skill, always going to forest is a wonderful thing to have to experience.
So could you share some stories related to your childhood?
Childhood. Yeah, in my childhood, the thing was like my grandfather used to be a local traditional medicine practitioner. So whenever some people come to him telling about some ailment, he used to tell, take this plant and that plant and mix it together or boil it in water, have it so the thing will be cured. So that's how I learned the local name of many plants in Kerala, and that's how maybe that's one of the primary reasons that I got attracted to plants to start with. Then my mother was interested in gardening, so we had a lot of plants in our home. So seeing plants and common names and understanding that plant person.
Yeah, glad to know about your childhood. So you have studied in Karnataka during your graduation days. After that, you did masters
Yes,
in
ma'am.
something else, and now you are in Kerala again. You are doing studying means PhD as a scholar in Pondicherry. So how is it to move to different places, exploring different places for education?
Yes. It's actually nice. Like if you, I mean, if I for us, I would have talked with the same people. I would have had the same experiences again and again. So when you're moving place from one place to another, you'll get to know more people. I mean, you'll get to have new experiences. You'll be in a new place. You can see new things, understand new things, understand a new culture, and yeah, even when you move from one part of India to the other, the plants there are also difficult. So I could see new plants in each place I go. So and the knowledge each institution has to offer will be different. Like whatever things I learned from Karnataka, if I had studied in Kerala, that those may not be the things that I would have learned. So I got some information or knowledge from Karnataka. I got some knowledge from Kerala, and now I am gaining knowledge from Karnataka. So whatever I learned or whatever I intake from these three different places are different. So that have been a wonderful, had been or is being a wonderful experience for me.
Yeah. So you are related to plants and you are doing a lot of study for years. So what type of skills and qualities have you developed so far in the field of plants?
In the field of plants, my skill set is, I mean, I can remember a scientific name. That's the simplest thing I can say. Like, if I see a plant once, or maybe twice, I'll never forget the plant. Somewhere or other, if I see the plant again, I can remember, oh, I have seen this place. Then I can identify plants like with their scientific name. So, I mean, on seeing a plant, that you can at least say which family it belongs to, or maybe in the moist deciduous forest. Uh, I can say maybe I can identify maybe nearly 1,000 plants. So that's it.
Okay. So let's talk about some of.
And that's not a big thing. I mean, I'm still improving. I'm still learning. So I am whatever I know is very limited compared to all those experts out there. So I am trying to be better.
Yeah. So from your conversation, it is clear that you are really a down-to-earth personality.
Thank you.
So let's talk about some of the pictures that you have clicked so far. So this is the picture of the mangrove habitat.
Yeah, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
could you solve this story, mysterious story behind this pic?
Okay, that story. I mean, that picture was clicked in Kumta in Karnataka. So that time, a researcher had come from Kashmir to Karnataka to see about the plants there, and he came to our college, and the professors there uh, took him to see the coastal ecosystem. So we accompanied those people, like the researcher from Kashmir and our professor. So we went, and that was the first time that researcher, my friend, was seeing. I mean, the mangrove forest or sea or anything like. He's from Kashmir, all the ice covered area. So we went with him, and that was the day when I clicked that photo. And I mean, still remember my friend from Kashmir going to the sea and drinking water from that. I mean, we were seeing the sea for the first time. So it yeah.
Okay. So what about this picture? This one. This one is of a butterfly.
Oh,
What was the story behind
yes,
it?
ma'am. This was like this is also again from Karnataka during my final year, I guess. So this was just me and my friend after having our lunch. We were just going for a walk so that our food would be digested. So that time we saw a butterfly uh, on a plant. So we just thought, okay, we will click it, and we clicked it. That's all. Ma'am. So
Yeah.
my friend Uday was there with me when I clicked that photo.
So I was astonished to see this picture of this orchid as it is the state flower of
Yeah.
Assam.
Yeah, man, it's your flower.
So how is the habitat and everything about? Please tell us something about this flower in the street. Where did you find this, and how did you pick this up?
It's again from Karnataka, ma'am. It was in a, I mean, there are better lands in Karnataka. Like those lands are, I mean, the local people will take green manure and fodder from the forest area which is adjacent to their farmland. So in such better lands, there are a lot of orchids. So, and this Ringo Stylis retusa was clicked from one of such forests in Karnataka. And even I have seen Ringo Stylis retusa flowering, I mean, maybe 40, 50 individuals flowering at once in tea plantations in Kerala also. Like it's growing very well here in south part of India. So your state flower is there here also. So it's growing fantastically in Karnataka and Kerala.
Yeah, that's really appreciative. And your picture once got featured.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was your reaction at that time?
It was, I mean, this book was released by my classmates only. Three of my friends, Uday, Arat, and sorry, Shastri. So they made a book about butterflies of our campus and all those places with the forest areas nearby. So I could contribute a very small portion to that book. So I was happy for that. And they are still working in similar fields and they are still exploring. And yeah, I am in this part, they are in that part. We are still close friends, and maybe in the future they'll come up with such a book for the entire district or entire middle part of Karnataka. I am waiting for that to happen.
So what was the story behind this pic? It's a very colorful flower.
That was taken in my home only, ma'am, in Kerala. So in the evenings when I am in home, I mean when I am not in my colleges, when I am in home in the evenings, every day I take out my phone and simply walk around, trying to click something. So it was caught in such a evening walk.
Okay. So what was the story behind this pic? Could you remember this story?
Yeah, this is also similar. It was yeah, my mother knows my passion towards nature, and one day while I was eating, my mother was calling me, Shankar, please come outside, see this, see this. So I was asking, what's there? And I went there, and she was telling, see, there is a butterfly for you to take a picture. So that one was shown to be my mother, so I clicked it and uploaded on Instagram.
So it was seen that you have clicked this picture too, so which is really incredible. So was it from one of your travel pics?
Thank you.
Yeah. So what was the story
I was
behind
traveling to. That's another simple story, ma'am. Actually, my sister is studying in the Data Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. So when she got admission there, so me and my mother, we accompanied her to Mumbai. So while we were traveling, as usual, I was gazing out of the window, and this scene looked wonderful to me, and I thought I would capture it. That's all.
this? What are the scopes in your field that you are studying currently? So, what type of advice would you like to give to the young aspirants who are willing to come to your field?
In ecology, I mean, for doing a PhD in ecology, if you're passionate about nature and if you want to learn about it in a detail, doing a PhD is a nice idea. And there are different opportunities whereby you can get a scholarship to do a PhD. So I think while thinking about, if you are thinking about doing a PhD, you should certainly think about all those, I mean, opportunities so that you can get a fellowship for doing the same. So either you can go for a UGC net JRF, or you can go for CSIR net JRF, or you can qualify GATE, or if you are from an ICR institute, you can certainly try for ICRS RF. So all these exams are there. So if you qualify one of those, then you can be confident that if you join for a PhD, then you'll have a fellowship and you need not depend on your parents, or maybe you can be the we can be the person who they are dependent upon. So a fellowship is extremely essential if you are thinking for a PhD, at least from my case. So I was able to join for this only because I got CSIR fellowship, and now with the new education policy, I think the things are changing. I mean, those who have done a 4-year BSc, then you can directly go to a PhD program. The things are being set up by the new educational policy, and already if you have a 4-year degree through CSIR and through GATE, all those top tier institutions would take you for a PhD, direct PhD, if you have a strong academic background or if your the CV is extremely good. So certainly after a 4-year degree, you can directly go for a PhD. And for those who are not from a 4-year degree background also, if you are having UGC net or other things after MSc, this thing is certainly a PhD is a certain option. And one of the mistakes people do is like they wait for their masters to be over for, I think, net or GATE exam. So for GATE exam, you are eligible from the third year of your bachelor's degree. And for net exam, the criteria for qualifying is like after the qualification, you should join for a PhD within 2 or 3 years. So if you're in your first year or second year of your master's, then do write the exam. If you qualify then itself, that will be an advantage. Like you can be sure that after you pass out in 1 more year, there is a PhD opportunity waiting for you somewhere. So waiting for your masters to be over and then writing a GATE or net exam, I don't think that's a wise idea, but do give a try when you are doing your master's stuff. That's all I want to say.
You have to tell something special about the institute that I will be taking the name of. Okay, the first one is the Forestry College at Sirsi. So, what specialty did you find there while studying?
Sirsi gave me field knowledge. Actually, whatever I know about going the field or my passion towards going into forest, that certainly came from Sirsi, and I'm proud to say I studied there. What plans and going to do regenerative study or whatever vegetation analysis or anything, I learned from Sirsi only. So for the field knowledge, I am certainly grateful to those teachers at Sirsi.
So Kerala Agricultural University.
Okay, Kerala Agriculture University. After learning my field knowledge and my background in forestry from Sirsi, I went for a master's there. So what I learned from Sirsi, what new I learned from Kerala would be like publishing is an important thing. So if you are in the academic field, the number of paper or the quality of the paper you write is very much important. Even though I am still in the beginning stage, I can certainly say that I gained the understanding of research. I mean, the publishing aspect from Kerala. So that's what I learned from there.
The next institute is the current institute, Pondicherry University.
Pondicherry University, I mean, in Pondicherry, what the thing is like, in a PhD, you will learn to be an independent researcher. So, in your bachelor's or master's, your guide or your teachers will be there to support you at each and every step. Here also, that would be there, but they'll push you to be independent. Like they'll tell you do by yourself. You are not able to get it, then only you come to me. So, the PhD will teach you to be an independent researcher, how to frame a research proposal or how to think differently. So being an independent researcher is what you should learn from a PhD. So that thing I'm learning from Pondicherry University.
So it's really interesting, and I'm really gaining a lot of knowledge from your conversation.
You are much more experienced than so you're flattering me, really.
Okay, thanks for your kind words, but the fact is not there. One important question I have noted, that one say how the discussion on wildlife conservation has sidelined the rights of forest dwelling communities.
Okay, yeah, that something like that would be like now we are getting more aware that the forest dwelling people or the social aspect of wildlife conservation is important. Like the earlier forest policies considered man as a, extra thing in forest. Like man was considered as a trespasser in the forest by the earlier policies, maybe 1990s, 1970s and all. The forest policies were like that. So we, as a society, we came up thinking that whenever you are in the forest, you are in the land of animals. So that's not actually the case. Humans evolved in forest areas, so humans are a part of nature, and the coexistence is really essential. So now I think the newer policies, maybe the tribal settlement act and all, we are now, the things are slightly changing, and humans are now being considered as a part of forest aspect. Now the newer generation of conservation people are aware of the fact that we should think about the social concept also while talking about wildlife conservation.
Yeah. So how would you describe yourself as a nature lover in short?
I would describe myself as a nature learner. So I am trying to learn new things. I am trying to see new things, understand new things, and learn new things. That's all, man.
Okay. So, well, Mr. Sankar, we are to the end of this session, and I must say that you are truly an amazing and inspiring personality. It was great interacting with you. All the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was really wonderful talking to you also. The questions were interesting.
Yeah. So, audience, this was Sankar from the field of nature, and he is a PhD research scholar, as we have already said. So, hope you like today's interview. I will be back soon with another eminent personality very soon. Till then, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now.
Thank you. And thanks everyone. Thanks for it.